Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Decisions Lunch and Learn by your host, Gregory Goldston from the Decisions Training Team. Got three things we're going to go over before we get into the environment. And the first one is going to be our Decisions YouTube channel. You're going to see a QR code to that on the right side of the screen there. It's going to be called the Decisions Support YouTube channel, where we upload all the previous lunch and learns that we do, as well as individual help videos for utilizing different parts of the product in decisions. These can vary from different features that came out in older versions or in the more recent version, so you can see how they function, how to use things that have been in the product for a while, how file storage works. There's a whole lot of different videos in there. There's a lot of good resources. Recommend taking a look. Below that is the Decision Solutions Marketplace. You can get to this by the QR code below, and what it's going to contain is a list of projects. These projects are free to download, import to your environment, see how they work. If you're trying to build something similar to it, you can check how our team built this project so that you can utilize a similar architecture, or if you just want to take parts from it directly, feel free to do so. And that's going to be found at the Solutions Marketplace. And the last thing is the product roadmap review. This is going to let you see some things that are coming down the pipeline as far as new features in the product. So if you're curious about seeing that stuff before those versions of decisions get released, highly recommend signing up for that product roadmap review at decisions.com/events. Okay. And with that being said, I'm going to go over to my decisions environment now. So give me just a moment while I move over there and everyone can start posting their questions in the Q&A. This will take me just a moment, everyone. Don't mind the delay. This is just how it is. Okay. And sharing. Okay, we're back. Cool, cool, cool. I'll bring up my participants list and I'll bring up my Q&A. Now, I am in Wednesdays because there was some discussion about potentially following up with certain things from the other day. We basically had a lot of questions and not enough time. So you'll notice I'm in Wednesday's project just so it would make continuity easier if anyone were to join and wanted further questions answered about these topics. You'll also notice I am in Decisions version 913. This version is actually not released yet, but I can show you some of the new features while we are waiting. And I can show you some of them while we are waiting for anyone to post any questions in the Q&A. So I'm going to go to creating a report first. Let's do that because there's a pretty cool feature that got added. So I'm going to make a report. I'm going to add the account data source. I'm going to add a lot of columns from this, all right? We're going to use can use portal, created by, created on date. We're going to use employee email address. We'll go first name, we'll go last name, and then we'll go user type. Yeah, that's a good bit of columns. That should be enough to showcase this. All right. And then what I'm going to be doing inside of here is I'm going to go over to my settings for the report, not individual field settings. Drop down grid view, and then over here, I'm going to select freeze columns 2. All right. And I'm also going to allow for the column reordering. I'm going to have that checkbox enabled. All right. So I'm going to save this. And now let's add this to a page real quick. So page, and then where's my report viewer over here? Drag that over. And then I will pick the same report from before. Cool. All right. I'm purposefully not stretching it out so you can see how this functions. Then we'll add this to a public folder, create one. And then I will now add that page to it. Now when I navigate to this page, you're going to notice that I have the ability to freeze particular columns on my report while I can scroll through the others. So this way you can have as many columns from the left and as many columns from the right as you would like on your report frozen. You can have both of them at the same time. You can have one or the other. You can customize it. And if one of the columns I want to freeze, let's say I actually care more about email address, I can drag that over to my frozen column instead. And now that will stay frozen while I look at the rest of the entries. So this is a new feature coming to Decisions version 9.13. And I think it's going to make user navigation and user interaction a lot more friendly. So again, anyone waiting, please feel free to type up your questions in the Q&A. And oh, good timing on that. All right. I am trying to create a dynamic dashboard. On the page, I have a form and report. When submitting the form, my report update did well, but the fields value on the form are gone. How can I keep the values on the form? Oh, good question. All right, so here, let me allow you to talk real quick. All right. You should be audible.
Yes, thank you for help.
Of course, of course. So I think I understand what you're saying. Every time that you hit submit on the form, you get a new entry over here, but you want those fields still over on the form, right, on this
Yes,
side, and they're not staying there.
yes,
Can we do that? Let me think
yes,
about
that possible.
There is a way that it can be done, but I'm trying to think if it's very user friendly. So let me go back into my page real quick and we'll start there. Because what you are doing essentially is you are here, I'm going to show report, right? Not report. Let's go to the page that I made. There we go. So I guess my first question on this, are you using a form tile or a flow run part?
Flow run part.
Flow run part. Okay. Yes, I think there is a way to do this. So in your flow run part logic, I'll make
Mhm,
one myself here.
mhm.
Yeah, actually there is a way to do this. Hold on. Your flow run part is going to restart from the beginning every time the end step is hit. That's how it's designed to function. So
Mhm.
whenever that end step gets hit, it's starting as if it's a brand new flow from the beginning.
Okay.
However, unlike other flows, which will error out along the way, you can just kind of prevent it from ever hitting that end step. So if I have a placeholder step here, for example, I'm going to create a form.
Mhm.
Actually, I've got a form already I can pick from. Hold on. And this is going to have outputs already. So you can do all of your save logic in here like you would before, everything to update the report. But instead of going back to the end step to end it, you could then cycle it back into the form and just pass in all of your outputs as inputs into it.
What's the placeholder step doing here?
It's the reason it's there is because I cannot connect a step's output directly into itself. So like I
Oh,
can't connect save back into the external form. There has to be another step between them. Now you're going to have save logic there, so you're already going to have multiple steps most likely, so you won't need that. What collection of steps are you using that? Like set, I guess create and then ref send report refresh or something like that.
yeah, I just have a field on my form. Then we click button, kind of like make the report pass the parameter page variable, create a page variable.
It creates a
Then
page variable.
send that variable, make the report like change, pass the parameter to the report.
Oh, you're
That's
filtering the report. You're not adding
oh yeah,
data
yeah,
to
yes,
it.
yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I'm gonna drop this. We're gonna create a different form then. I thought you were adding data to it. Yeah, this won't take long. All right. Let's go in here. Let's create a form, pass data, and all we need is some sort of text
Yeah,
box, right, for
yeah.
our
Then have a
filter.
button here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're using set dashboard parameter, right? Something like
Yes.
that. All right,
Yes.
cool.
That's
All
right.
right, gotcha. Then yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's what we can do then. So you set the dashboard parameters for that particular report. The folder ID, I will have to grab that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the public folder.
Right. And then set dashboard parameter. What are the report parameters that we're setting here? Let me go back to the one that I just made in a moment. We'll get that information. But what is this? This filter, we're going to pass in flow data filter. Now, the first time it gets hit, it's going to be blank, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
user hasn't typed anything in. But you can leave your flow like this.
Oh, really?
You
But
can for these kind of flows. It's not going to error out on you.
oh, so I still can run. So the end point, just leave it alone there.
Right. Well, at what point would you need it to stop? Because the only time that this will like restart from the beginning is if the user exits the dashboard.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's actually it is okay, but it can be run like this.
Yes, it can. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this
okay.
isn't gonna keep running over, right? Because they'll hit this form again. So let me get this information here and let's make this actually function real quick. So I want to set the dashboard parameter filter. What are we gonna call this? I want to filter where user type. User type equals. All right.
Hmm.
And then,
Then get value from others.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we need to call this something if I remember. We need to change this name just so we can, I'm going to call it type. And now user type can either be the machine or the person. So let's save that and then that's type. And then let's go over back to here. And whatever gets passed into there is going to come out of that filter. And then we have the folder ID. So let me go grab that now. Here we go. And set that to be a constant. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, so if I type person and then I go over here and I hit filter. Value cannot be null parameter key. Was it not liking set that for that wasn't null. Maybe I called it something wrong.
Okay. But let's see the value still there or not. But at least.
Here, we're gonna run the global debugger and we're gonna try this again real quick, just so we can see what's
Okay.
actually going on.
Okay.
Okay, turn this on, and then move this over, and now we will. Value cannot be null. That's fine. It's still loading. I'm just gonna refresh this whole thing. And we're gonna clear out any of this. This isn't important. Okay. Now let's try person. Oh, now it worked. It just needed a
What?
refresh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now the person's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I want. Yeah. But another question, like right now, I pass the parameter to the report. Is that possible? Like on the flow, you just showed me there's a set dashboard parameter to report, right? That step. Is that
hmm
possible? I have a small tile, the small tile, another on this page. I have a small tile there. Is that possible? Pass some variable to that small tile, not just a tile, not the report. Is that possible? Doing that? Because I only can you go back to the flow? The flow you have the set dashboard parameter to report. That one?
yep. Yeah, I'll go back to it. Let me turn off the global debugger, make things a little quicker here. And go back here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you have set dashboard, yeah, dashboard report. This only can trigger thing happen on the report. I
That is
wonder,
correct.
yeah, I wonder, I have a small tile, the tile on the page also.
hmm
Can I also, like, when I submit form, make the page value pass to there, trigger that tile change?
It should, what is the tile sourced from?
I want that tile, like, that's called a small tile.
Simple
Is that,
tile. Yep, I know what you're
oh yeah,
talking about.
simple tile, simple tile. I want that tile run a query, but that query need a parameter. Then display some value on that simple tile.
Ah, okay. Let's see. The
Is that
answer,
possible?
it should be possible. Let me
But here,
think.
like I said, dashboard report parameter, I only see this method. I didn't see like something like a set dashboard simple tile parameter.
No, there isn't a step specifically for that. We'd have to do some stuff with page variables.
Page variable.
Y-
Oh,
Yeah, so let me show you something here real quick. So I'm gonna exit out of this real quick. We'll go back into here, and then we are going to exit out of this, save it. Yeah, I'll give it a refresh. All right. And now I'm going to type machine. These are the other ones that we have in here, and filter. Okay. So notice that when we set this particular parameter in this way, we have filtered out everything over here onto the types that are of the type machine, right? User type is machine.
yes.
When we do stuff this way, we are not updating the URL. You see that at the top here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When we start making changes to that URL, such as setting out something from here as a filter change source, then
Mm-hmm.
we'll start seeing that information in the URL, and we can use that get page variable step in order to fetch that information and pass it into our simple tile.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there may be other ways to do this. Let's see here. Well, there is definitely another way to do it, but that one, it's not a performant way. It doesn't seem like the best way to approach it. Like you could update a variable, something stored in the database, because this can always fetch from the database, right? So you would send a, folder refresh report, and that would cause that update to the simple tile. It would run, and yeah, that would display. But I don't think that's the easiest way to do this or the most
Okay.
performant. Let's see here. So set page variable, maybe. Hold on, let me duplicate
Yeah.
this.
So let's see, we can add a simple tile, then just display the parameter value.
Right, I don't know where I can get that information from. That's the thing. So I'll grab a simple tile. That's fine. Also, hold on. Just to make our testing a bit easier, let me edit something in here real quick. Here, let's not make this so big. Done. Yeah, that helps a bit with that. Where's my filter? Come over here, delete. There we go. Just makes this a little easier to work with. Okay, so set page variables. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so if this is getting values from other reports, let me try set page variable instead of this one. Page variables, we want, it's called type. That's what we called it.
Mhm.
We're gonna try that real quick. Hold on. I don't like this zigzag. There we go. It's better. All right, so that's set page variable with filter string. Let's see if this functions first. Okay, well, that's an easier filter. Oh, wait, person. It does work,
Okay.
and now
Now
we
go to
have it in the
URL.
URL. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
see it.
so now let's go edit this again. This is looking more likely like it might function for our simple tiles. So now let's create a simple tile flow. All right. And now let's see if we can even get that. I'm just going to pass in the parameter itself.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, because if you can
It's
do that, then you can pass it in a query.
yes.
So let's do our get page variable. Now, I'm uncertain if this works because this may have to be page context aware. I don't know if the simple tile source flow is. So we're going to find out.
Okay.
And the expected type is string. Okay, and then that's going to be page data. There it is. Why is page name getting passed out? Where's that coming from? I don't know where that information came from. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, we have a simple tile here. Did I not save this or? Oh, wait.
Hey,
Ah, okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see.
how it works.
And this isn't updating.
Oh, yeah. You
We got to
only
force a
refresh
refresh.
browser, then it works. Yeah, I saw
So,
this happen. I just refresh the browser, then it works.
right.
Because it's on URL, but it won't trigger when you click the filter button.
Let me see something real quick. Okay, let me go into the refresh behavior. Hold on. Refresh on any folder change. Refresh on current folder change. Refresh on contained entity change. Update on selection bus change. Let me try this. Okay. No, it's not counting that as a page change. So how can we make that work with selection bus change? I don't think this is going to work, but I will check.
Yeah, good to try.
Oh, here
See?
we go. There we go.
Yes. Now it
Okay, so
works.
it's whatever selection here, selection bus. Yep. So there you go. That's how you make it refresh.
So you put the type in the select bus.
Right.
Oh, the bus name is your variable name.
It
No.
is, yes. And I've made sure that in order for this to function, I am using the set page variable, not set dashboard parameters.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay. That's great. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Now
I'm
I
glad to
learned
assist.
something. Now I learned something. Is there, if nobody asks a question, can I ask another question?
I'm checking QA right now. We do have another question waiting, so I'm going to get to that person
Okay.
first.
Okay,
All right.
good. Thank you.
All right, Patty. Let's see. Hello, can you please show the advanced form format, such as create sections by using the container head with grid, change color and font, etc. Thank you. Here, let me unmute you real quick. All right, Patty, you should be good to talk.
All right, thank you, Craig.
Of course. All right, so advanced form format. I don't think I quite understand what you're asking.
It's basically just create a form, but with different layout. For instance, the container header.
Okay.
What I want to do is, segregate different sections in one form um, by using, let's say, 3 containers,
Okay.
header containers. Yeah. I found it's hard to move around in terms of size and
Yeah, there is
I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if that's the way it is.
you're good, you're good. So let's go over header containers real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just cover these one at a time. We'll have one that's
Okay.
down here.
See, I do not have that little square I can drag, or I don't have that option. It's only the arrow, I can go left and right and down, and every
Yeah.
time it move just a little bit, and not freely where I want to go.
Right, right. That it was added later into the product. That's a
Okay,
later version
okay,
of 9. Yeah, that
okay.
9.8 maybe?
Nine, okay. I'm
May
on nine
I can
three.
confirm the version for you, but it's
I'm
around
on,
that.
no, that's fine. I'm on 9.3 as long as I'm not doing something wrong. But
No,
still,
no,
yeah,
it's
but
not you.
still show me, please. I'll shadow, how you, let's say the inside the header container, I want a grid.
Okay. Uh, did
You
this again.
see? Yeah, I found it's hard to, okay, with your version, it's a bit easier now.
It is a little bit easier,
Mhm,
yes.
mhm,
Okay, so let's go
mhm,
to our layouts and then we can
mhm.
put a grid container inside of each one of these, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, so that's going to allow us to actually modify our controls in here. So
Okay.
within here, I'm probably going to change the columns and rows depending on what I
Hmm.
need, right?
Right.
So I've got something pretty wide here and maybe I can fit a lot of small stuff in it. So in my bottom header container, I'm going to add 2 more
Hmm.
columns.
Hmm.
All right. You can go in and edit them individually if you want to change some of the resize properties, but up here is just a quicker navigator once you understand what each of the
Oh,
symbols
add it
does.
from there. Okay.
Yeah, so I can go in here and I can click edit on
Yeah,
individual
that's what
column.
I use and change. Yeah. Now, can you do, on the header, do a text? Yep.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then
And format that section only to, let's say, change a background color.
sure. All right. So let's go into our view CSS class background type is going to be color, the background color. Let's set to dark blue. Okay, so that's
No,
actually
not the
the
entire section. I only want the title. Yeah, that's my
okay.
problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see how you do on the title.
That's over here under the header. So header, color, and then I'll make it kind of a lighter color so we can still see the
Uh-huh.
text. And
Uh-huh.
that's going to just change that part of it right there. And then the,
Uh, oh, there is a header section. I didn't see that. Okay. Okay.
yep, content section and header section. And
Okay.
then I can specify the border width of that header as well. So if
Mm-hmm.
I want that a little bit thicker, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll pick a border
Right, right,
color that'll stand out a little bit more. We'll get that dark blue now. There we go.
right, right, right. That's good. That's good. Okay. 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 I think I got the idea. The only problem with me is I do not have that little resizing, thing. I have to do it manually, use the arrow. And yeah, it's a little bit hard to manage.
It is a bit
Okay.
trickier. It's what
Mm,
we were used to forever. And then it's
right,
like,
right,
wow,
right.
this got added. This is way better, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. I got the idea. Thanks
One
very
thing
much.
I something I want to
Oh,
mention real quick
mm-hmm,
about this.
mm-hmm,
Your the reason if I change this background, this is going to be for the actual container itself. The
mm-hmm,
reason I can see it is because
mm-hmm.
the grid layout is transparent. If the grid layout had its own color, I wouldn't be able to see anything of this background here because
Oh,
the
I
grid is on
see.
top of it. Yep. I just
Oh,
want to
I
make that
see.
clear. Those are two different
Okay,
things that you're altering.
good to know. Good to know. Okay, okay. I'm going to stay, and then I have another question. You can answer the next one.
Yep, I
But
got you.
I'm going to stay. Yeah, unless there are more people coming in. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll stay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
then sounds good. Dong Mei, we'll come back to your question now. So we'll
Yes,
just kind of
thank you.
alternate. What you got?
Thank you, thank you. I just wonder, like the report you just made on the dashboard,
Hmm.
that report, I want the data come from another data source, not inside decision. Let's say I had come from PeopleSoft. I have a
Okay.
query to grab data, run the data inside the decision. Is that possible based on this query, I create a report?
You should be able to source it. Hold on.
Or should I have to like copy the data into a decision data structure, then use that to create a report?
I mean, the second option definitely will work, but how are you getting it into the report in the first place? That's what I wish to understand.
Uh, yeah, that's actually that is the like the data source on the report. Is that possible that data source is a running query result from
I'm
from
going to
PeopleSoft?
confirm. I think. Let's see, infrastructure, database integration, database objects, table information. No. Hold on. Let me try something real quick. See if this works. All right, so let's go to my integrations. Whoop, wrong one. Integrations under here. Database integrations, external DB. I want to add a view integration and I don't have a view pre-configured. Can I add query integration? And this creates a unique type if I recall. So my unique type. Run that. That gives me back 3 results. Save that. Let's see if this functions in the way I hope it does. And then where's my second report? My external entity source? What is this? Hold on. This is
That's
my.
your query?
No, it's not, but this is data that's in an external table. This isn't in decisions, so I'm trying to figure out how I got access to this. Um, Give me a moment. Let me see if I can find the. It may not be a query. My unique type. Got it. Okay. So I've created a database integration with decisions.
Yeah.
And then I've just searched up that type as my data source. And now I have access to that data.
Oh, from the data source. Where you find this data source? Can you click add and show me where is it?
I'll show
Yeah,
you
and now
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
I want to show you from the start here. So in databases, I've connected with an external database. This is not the same database that my decisions is running on right now. All
Uh-huh.
right. This
Yeah.
external database has a few different integrations, and the new one I just created was my unique type. This is a query integration, and all it is a select, right?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So I ran a select query on that, and because it created this, it has a database query definition that is created, and now it can fetch that in real time by going over here. I look for my report, and all I did was search my unique type. I searched the name of what I called that query.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And as soon as I found it, there it is, my unique
Oh,
type. And then I can just add whatever fields I want.
oh. Wow, that's great. Good, good. Thank you very much.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I need. Thank you.
And I believe whenever you create one of these query sources, you can click the SQL here to view what is actually populating it so you know what's
Oh,
happening.
nice.
Yeah,
Very
if
nice.
it's an internal table, it may not show you, but for your query integrations, it will.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Sure
That's all
thing.
I need. Thank
All right. Um, Patty, oh, wait. We have a. Oh, I see your second question now. So question about the advanced data grid. What I want to do is to fill out a form by selecting records in an existing decisions table. Okay. So you should be good to talk again, Patty. Let's see here.
All right.
So an advanced data grid, you want to fill out the form by selecting something in a decisions table.
Yeah. What happened is I do have a form created, contain the data, let's say locations.
Mhm.
And under locations, I need to fill in more um, information in terms of specifications, you know. So on the second form, I'm going to have more information, but based on the location. So I want to use the location data table I already have, just let the user to pick from that and then continue with other information.
Okay, so they have a form, they pick the location, and then it
Mm-hmm.
goes to a second form and it shows more information about what? I don't think I'm quite understanding how the location is being used.
Okay, let me repeat. I have a location form, and there are existing location already in that table or form or table. And then I have a second form, which is specification that will link to each location. It's a location based. So what they need to do is select the location and fill in the specification.
Okay.
But I don't want them retype the location in the second form. I want them select from the existing one and then continue fill in other information.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll pick it in something like this. They'll pick the
Mm-hmm.
location. We'll just change the name of this. We'll call this location and we'll call
Mm-hmm.
this location.
It's the table. It's a decision table. Decision database. I saved. Yeah, in
I got
decision.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're gonna change the type that's actually gonna be displayed here. We'll make For now, I'll make it static. You can always just fetch this, right? Like fetch
Mm-hmm.
before the form and get that information. So I'm going to
Yeah,
make it
that
static for
location
this one.
actually it has, more than one field, let's say 5 or 6. Yeah, it's not a single location. Okay, it's a list of locations include multiple information. Mhm,
All right, all right.
mhm,
And
mhm,
then, all right, so they'll pick from that. We'll go into a flow real quick.
mhm,
Show our first form over here. Pick form value list. Gotta move all this stuff to the top now. Pick that. Location. We're gonna make this a constant, right? You would have fetched this from something, right? So,
mhm, mhm,
all right, and then I'm gonna ignore that. I don't want one pre-selected, and the output is
mhm.
called, I'll call this selected
Yeah,
location.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm,
And then it goes into a second form.
mhm.
All right. And then in this second form, you're just trying to pass along the location as an input, or you're trying to,
Yeah, I try to select a location from the first form, right? Because the first form, let's say it has 80 record. I need to select one of them, the record, and the second form contains, let's say, one more field specification. So once I select the location, then I fill in the specification. Yeah.
okay, all right, let me, hold on, create a new form. And then this is going to have what in it? Like, we'll have the location showing up, right? So the user's going to be
Mm-hmm.
able to see
Yeah.
location display. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
drop that down. User can't pick it because they picked it in the last one, right? They're not going to change it here. And then, so we'll turn that off. And then they'll fill out more information here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, no, fill out more information on, oh, you do the other way. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. And then they'll fill that out. So, hold on. Let me move.
Oh, you know what? Can you go back? Can you go
Yes.
back? So on the second, on the right, can you go back to, go
This
back
form?
to, yeah.
Okay.
So on the right-hand side, what I like to see on the left-hand side, say I have a list of location display with multiple, let's say area code, area name, section name, whatever. It's a list of table listed there. On the right-hand side, I still want to have the area, location, whatever. Uh, and they can select from the left. Let's say it's a list. They select from the list and that will show up on the right side. And then there are more information after. You know what I mean? Instead of they fill in the area location again, I want them select from the display, select one record from display and pass on to the right-hand side.
Okay. Um,
Am I confuse you? I think something as the advanced data view kind of shows that list and you know
it does. Yeah, it
mhm.
does show a list of items in a report-like manner on the left side here. I guess
Right.
what I'm trying to understand is they're picking a location in the first form, but then they're seeing other locations in the second form.
No, they are picking one location. Again, the location, I call the location, but actually in the location, I have let's say 5 or 6 field. I have an area name, section name, location status,
Oh, okay.
and it looks like similar to the report you just showed the previous one question, or a view something, but I want the user to select one of them and pass on to the right-hand side. Right-hand side still need to contain area, section, location, and more additional information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're looking for, hold on. I'm just gonna go back to the other form then that we were using at the yesterday's lunch and learn because I think that's
Mhm.
gonna actually contain more of what logic we're looking for here. So let me
Mhm.
debug this. So here we have three different objects, and when I click on one, so location is the entire object, and when I click on one,
Yep.
it populates those individual fields here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Okay, that's what you're
Yep.
looking to do. Okay.
And then underneath on the left hand side, there will be continue more information to be filled manually by the user. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
All right, so they'll
Mhm.
have some extra
Mhm.
fields here that they'll fill themselves. Gotcha.
Mhm.
All right, I'll show you
Mhm.
exactly how this one's made then.
Mhm. Mhm.
All
And
right.
based on the decision database. Yeah.
Yep. So if it's based on the decisions database, it's even easier than what I've got set up right here. What you would do
Mhm.
is you would, here, I'm gonna do something. Where is it? That's my external form. I'm gonna copy it real quick. This will be internal form. We'll be using an internal database.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to change this type real quick. I'm going to make it the account type because that's an internal decisions database, or it can be user-defined type, right? There are a lot of different ways that we can do this.
Mhm.
So recent should have account. There it is. Okay, so that's account, and then account's going to have a name. Account is going to have, and change this, ID. This is going to be a account ID. All right, and the label text will be account ID. Okay. And then it's going to have something that needs to be filled in that isn't automatically populated, such as age. All right. And then, so this is not going to pre-populate each time. Let's go
Mhm.
inside of it's our advanced data grid, single select account. That's going to have different options from it. So that means I need to alter my active form flows. Oh, wait, I need to change this whole thing. If that's the account, I need to edit this. Hold on. Account data source is going to have account ID. It's going to have name. Where's first name? And then it's not going to have the other parts that need to be filled
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
All right, save that, exit out, go into our properties. Nope, not anyone. Expecting type. Oh, what? What? Oh, I need to alter this first. From control, advanced data grid.
Should be internal, right? This is a form external.
Yeah, where to go? This is the advanced data grid, and then
Mhm.
define type my story, any my story, any my story. Did not update this? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. There we go. Let's try this again. From the
Mhm.
top, advanced data grid.
Mhm.
That's of the type account now. There we go. And then we're going to, actually, I just need this control right here. And now I can specify, I don't care about the selected one. I do care about the selected one, actually. That's control value. Oh, because hold on. I want to set the control value for ID. And then the ID is going to come from form data, advanced data grid, selected, count ID. And then over here, this is going to be the form data, name, and then this will be form data, advanced data grid, selected. Where's
Okay.
first name? I just saw it. Near the bottom. Is it one of those ones that gets, yeah, okay. Here we
Yeah.
go. All right, cool. And then we can delete this one. All right. Okay. Save. Now, the last thing that we need to do is that's our internal form. Let's create a flow for it. Excuse me. All right, and we will do a fetch entities first, right? We need information to pass into the data grid. That's rule number one.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then show the form. Pick internal form, populate, ignore, flow data. That's a list of accounts now. We didn't change the name of it, that's why it looks like that. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Okay, done. Say we're not going to loop it real quick. This is just to show off this functionality. So now let's debug it.
Mhm.
Okay, there are admins. When I click on any one of these, some of these don't have names or they're not getting
Mhm.
mapped correctly. I gotta fix my active form flow. That's all that means. But when I
Mhm.
click on one of these, it would populate these two, but it wouldn't change the age, right? So that you could add that information to it.
Mhm. Mhm. So is there somewhere we need to map it? Is
Yeah,
there a
I just
step?
in order to get it from hold
Mhm.
on. I'm getting out my doodles again. In order to get it from here to
Mhm.
here,
Mhm.
the only way to do that is through an active form flow.
Active form flow inside this form, right?
Yes, we'll need to create an active form flow, and that's why I thought I just fixed, but I must have clicked the wrong variable, so that you can set the control value for each one of these
Mhm.
based upon the selected column that the user's clicked on.
So I actually need to create another flow inside the form, the condition, and map them. Am I right?
Right, right. Yeah, what you'll do is something that looks kind of along the lines of what I was just showing you here.
Oh,
So,
okay. If you
yeah, yeah,
can
yeah. It's
continue,
exactly what
yeah.
I was trying to do before. I just clicked on the
Mm-hmm.
wrong variable. So let's figure
Oh,
out what the
okay.
right variables are real quick. So,
Mm-hmm.
populate data. If I go in here, type as account, title, name, input data name is external data. The selected items data name is I actually don't want to select default items. I want to output the data name. All right. And that's going to be the altered external DB. So that's the output. Whenever I click on something, that's what gets
Mm-hmm.
selected is altered
Mm-hmm.
XD output. I'll call
Okay.
it selected. Here, hold on. Selected account just to make it easier for us to find in our active form flow. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now I'm going to save this. Yep. Go to our properties. This is our active form flow we've created called populate data, and it runs every
Mm-hmm.
time the user changes their selection on that
Mm.
advanced data grid.
Okay.
Yep. So that way I can populate each time. We want to set the control value of our particular text box, right? So there's the ID text box and the name text box. I'm going to select the ID one with my advanced data grid, the selected account, right? That's what we called it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then the account ID.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing for the name. I'll go to my advanced data grid. I'm going to select the selected account. And all the way down here was the first name. And now those are the two ones that you need, the set control values. I'll hit
Mm-hmm.
OK. Let's exit and save. And now let's debug this and this should function. Yeah, look at this.
Excellent.
Yep. And now it doesn't change age because that'll
Excellent.
have to be entered manually.
Excellent. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, that's all I need. Yeah,
Cool,
wonderful.
cool. Glad to
Okay,
hear it.
cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay, thanks so very much.
Of course. And that is going to do it for our lunch and learn today. We don't have any more questions in the line, nor have any other people joined. So that'll wrap
Okay,
it up.
excellent. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Everyone else,
Bye.
have a good day. I'll wrap this up, and I will look forward to seeing you all next week.
Okay, bye-bye.